It would seem that there is a silent conspiracy between a large number of MPs and the government on the issue of their taxation. Despite the fact that the government claims Acting Finance Minister John Michuki was blackmailed to remove the clause on taxation of MPs from the finance bill, it is not the case. The government can marshal the numbers to push the bill in Parliament. It is just not committed. Ministers, the assistant ministers and the four whips make for 94 votes in Parliament, and with the average poor attendance in Parliament, that will be enough to push the bill through tomorrow and with the taxation clause intact. When asked about this obvious fact, the Vice President and leader of government business was totally non-committal. The Prime Minister evasive, saying he had answered the question in other quarters. The Prime Minister's spokesman didn't want his boss answering the questions.
I'll take that as a challenge, my friend, and thank you very much.
You just take the answer I gave. That is my position up to now.
If you don't mind, please, could you keep us off that?
But you do have a rainbow.
Why would they want to be kept off the issue? A look at an MP's salary will illustrate the resistance. An MP earns 200,000 shillings as basic salary. Other benefits are as follows: a commuted mileage allowance of 75,000, constituency allowance of 50,000, an allowance for hiring domestic staff that is 15,600, entertainment allowance of 70,000 shillings, an extraneous allowance of 31,666 shillings and 65 cents, a house allowance of 80,000 shillings, and a fixed vehicle cost allowance that is meant to enable him do such things as service his car of 366,000 shillings. The total is 888,266 shillings and 65 cents. However, the basic salary is taxed, and that tax amounts to 53,932 shillings and 40 cents. That means that an MP should ideally take home 834,334 shillings and 40 cents besides other benefits. However, both the Vice President and National Assembly Speaker insist that the 53,000 shillings tax is adequate, the disparity in arriving at that figure notwithstanding.
No, that is not true. That is not accurate. A member of Parliament has a salary of 200,000 shillings, and that 200,000 shillings is fully taxed, without exception. Tell me another allowance and give me the amount of that allowance that is not taxed.
The National Assembly Speaker has been a member for 5 years. The untaxed allowances on which he is not forthcoming amount to 688,266 shillings and 65 cents. Each MP also takes 3.3 million shillings as a grant to buy a car and is entitled to mileage claims every once a week for travel to his constituency at the rate of 38 shillings per kilometer. Ndaragwa MP Jeremiah Kioni has joined Kangundo's Johnston Muthama in offering to pay taxes. They now make a grand total of 2 MPs who pay taxes. That is out of 222 MPs in Parliament. 12 of them are nominated.
I feel morally obligated to ensure that I am also part of those, I join in the family of those who pay taxes in this country. And there may be many reasons that one would want to say that perhaps may help in mitigating. But I do not think there is any reason that will outweigh that aspect of moral obligation.
The excuse has been that there is no law to allow them to pay taxes. But the head of the Catholic Church, John Cardinal Njue, has become the latest voice to call for equality even in the payment of taxes.
Let us wait and see how the debate evolves in Parliament, because a decision has not yet been made.
Let everyone pay tax who is supposed to pay tax, whether you are a member of Parliament or you are a single citizen.
And when Michuki brings that bill devoid of the taxation clause for MPs tomorrow, they are most likely to once again vote to keep their riches intact.